Hi, ladies and gents, and I'm going to do a brief summary of my concert experience at Anathema the other night. It was the 23rd of August 2014, 1 week before my birthday, and it was at the Corner Hotel in Richmond, in Melbourne. I queued up for quite a long time outside. The doors were supposed to open at 8 o'clock, but we actually got admitted to the building after 9 o'clock. I'm not sure what actually happened there. I showed up quite a bit early because I was supposed to meet some people before the gig, and I showed up for the VIP line, and they were all lining up, and they said, "Oh, this is the VIP line. You'll have to wait outside." So we did, and fortunately I managed to get quite close to the front of the queue, and I got a spot right in front of the barrier. Like I was right in the front row at the concert. And this was Anathema's first visit to Australia ever, which is quite exciting because they've been around for over 20 years and they've experienced many lineup changes. And the core of the band is still the three Kavanagh brothers. You've got Vincent Kavanagh on lead vocals and guitars and keys. You've got Danny Kavanagh on guitars, backing vocals, and keys. And you've got their brother Jamie Kavanagh on bass. And it also features John Douglas, percussionist, and he does electronic sounds and things, and his sister Lee Douglas on co-lead vocals. You've got this nice harmony of male and female vocals. And for those not in the know about this band, they're kind of like the guy in front of me in the queue was describing them as a good Coldplay. I'm not sure how accurate that description is, but I'll go with that. That they're a good Coldplay. Okay. They have these melodic, emotional songs, but they're just far and beyond what Coldplay does, I think. They really touch your emotions, and it's very clear that they put every single fibre of their passion into what they do in their music. And in the front row, that was never more evident to me. You could see Vincent Kavanagh like contort and twist up his face with emotion as he was playing. Like you could just see him feeling every ounce of what he was doing. He was feeling it. It was very powerful stuff, and the audience was really responsive to it. They were really getting into it. They had a really good laid back attitude with the audience. They were conversing with us and talking to us throughout the show. There was a really nice relationship between band and audience. They weren't pretentious at all. They just treated us like friends who'd come out to see a band. And that's what I love about going to see prog shows. The bands are usually very friendly, and they're not so pretentious. They seem like they were the kind of band who would hang around afterwards and have a beer with the audience. However, I had to run off quickly afterwards and get my train home because the show ran quite late and the train timetable was going to run out quite soon. So I had to run out of the show quite quickly afterwards. I caught up with some of my gig mates after the show, briefly, but I soon had to run away, which is a shame because I would have liked to stay and say hi to the band. The day after their gig, they were going to just have a day off and wander around Australia, Melbourne at least, and fly back home for their British shows that are coming up. Their set list focused mainly on their last few albums. They started off kind of as a death, kind of doom metal outfit, with goth metal, and with these growl vocals, and they've come a very long way from that now. They're one of those bands that have kind of eclipsed that, transcended that. Some others include Opeth and Catatonia, who have also made a similar transition lately. Like Opeth's last two albums haven't featured any growling vocals, and they're excellent albums. The latest one just came out the other day, and it's a fantastic listen. I recommend you pick that one up as soon as you can. The new Opeth is brilliant. The new Catatonia I haven't heard yet, but they've also made the transition to clean vocals, and they're kind of a melodic band now. Anathema also. They made the transition before either of those two did, and they've been in melodic mode for a long time now, and many albums. The oldest material they played the other night was from Alternative 4, which was their fourth album from 1998. And that had this kind of depressive, kind of goth kind of feel to it, but still melodic. And they played one track from that song, which was their encore, Fragile Dreams, which is a crowd pleaser. of a song, and it's a really good song and a good rousing track to finish with. It's not fair because Brisbane, I understand, the set list from the show in Brisbane finished with the song Sleepless from their first album. So it would have been amusing to hear that in Melbourne with the growls and all. But I think the band feel that they've kind of moved beyond that. And they just think they see that period as a bit silly now of their career, and they don't indulge in that anymore. And, you know, their new stuff is just far transcendent of that, I think. I love their new material. It's very emotional, passionate stuff. And my personal favourite album is this one, 2010's We're Here Because We're Here. This album was mixed by the great Steven Wilson. I'm wearing his t-shirt today. I went to his concert last year. He's fantastic in concert. He needs no introduction. I bought this album mainly because of his involvement. But I really enjoyed the songs on here. It's a really wonderful listen, and it got me into this band. And I bought all of their more recent material, and I got their older albums too, but I prefer their newer, more alternative rock stuff. We're Here Because We're Here is my favourite. It's just sublime presentation with this kind of digipack CD case here. This outer sleeve. It's just bittersweet, melancholic, progressive music. And I think the show was stolen by Lee Douglas. I think she was phenomenal the other night. Just stunning voice. And the crowd really were receptive. They welcomed her into this band. She's been in the band for quite a long time now, but she wasn't an original member. So she's newer to the family than the others, even though she's the sister of the original percussionist, John Douglas. She hasn't been in the band as long as him, but she's been on their last 3 or 4 albums, sharing the co-lead vocal duty, and she stole the show. She was just phenomenal the other night, and all members were on top form. I enjoyed everyone's performance, and obviously I got a fantastic view from the front row, right on the barrier. I was singing along, and I was really enjoying every moment of it. And I really hope it's not too long before they come down to Australia again. I would highly recommend seeing them if you get to see them. They're one of the best progressive bands working around today, alongside Steven Wilson and Opeth. Any album from Anathema is worth purchasing, any new album. Their new album's quite a stunning album. Distant Satellites is their new record. It's out on K-Scope Records and it's available now. And it's a really good post-rock kind of listen. And I would recommend that one very highly. And if you get a chance to catch them on their upcoming tour, please do so. I'll have some more concert reviews for you coming up soon. My next show will be Dream Theatre coming up in October of this year, so I really look forward to seeing them. They've been on my wish list of bands to see live for a long time, so I look forward to checking them out. Have a good day, everyone. This is Adam Walton, signing out.